Hello from Tales, and Trails. I'm Eileen. This is Phil. And today we just left to head to Rapid City, South Dakota. It's actually Box Elder, South Dakota. But what we're doing is we are going to check out something that is called America's Mailbox. And what America's Mailbox was designed for is for full-time RV travelers, truck drivers, motorcycle drivers, people that are on the road a lot, military people. And it's a mail forwarding service, but they have evolved in many ways because you can become a South Dakota resident. And this tends to help on taxes, insurance, the cost of registering your vehicles is a lot cheaper. So if we can gain residency status in South Dakota, it could save us hopefully thousands of dollars. So we're on our way to see what this is all about. They do have an RV campground actually at this facility. We'll give that a look-see too. And they have a lodge with a few guest rooms. It's not like a hotel or anything, but they have a few guest rooms. And if you've ever been to Rapid City, South Dakota, you'll find that the hotel lodging there, at least in the summertime, is quite pricey. So we're kind of just winging it, seeing what it's going to be like. And I know along the way I'm going to be answering some questions because I know a lot of you have questions. And if you have questions, just reach out, let me know what you're thinking. But I'm going to be answering some questions such as, how much did it cost us to fuel our truck when we went to Oregon, especially since the Strait of Hormuz was closed down and it was causing such a high cost of diesel. And so just to let you know how much it was costing for our diesel, how much we can put in our tanks and that kind of thing, and a big rig. This time we've chosen not to take, like I said, the big rig. It's just, we're winging it. And then I'm also on a journey to try and lose weight. When you see yourself on video, you go, oh, the camera does add 50 pounds. So, I mean, if you have any questions about my Zepbound journey or anything like that, just reach out and ask me. But I'm going to be answering some questions along the route. You'll be seeing some of the sites along the route. There's really some pretty countries, along the way to Rapid City, South Dakota. So
we're leaving Colorado.
Yeah, we're leaving Colorado. Colorado is basically our home base right now. And yeah, we'll see you along the road.
I'll find my feet on the way. Step by step, I come alive. Lift my hand up to the skies. Won't look back, I'll chase the sun. Live the life I'm dreaming of. I'll find my feet on the way.
I have a question for everybody. So some of you out there do a lot of video recording and that kind of stuff. I'm wondering what kind of tools you use. Right now I'm using a gimbal, or what you would call a selfie stick. And I'm very curious as to what you use, because this is a handy little tool, and it helps me move things around. I can angle it, I can see other things. I don't have to have my hands directly on the phone. I know that some people have said we need microphones so our voices come through clearer, and some people have said that we need a drone so it can, and a drone that'll come back to us. So some of the YouTubers that we watch, they actually have drones that fly out and come back to them as they're going down the road. So that's really cool. So you can be a part of it along the way. Of course, dash cams GoPros, that kind of thing. But what do you like to use? You
What
know?
brands?
Yeah, what brands do you use? And just tell us what you like to use, and that way we'll get top-notch quality equipment. We are currently in Lyman, Colorado, stopping at the Subway for, I guess, breakfast, lunch. And, yeah, a little pricey here. $24 for 2 sandwiches and 2 chips, which if you add the pops that I bought, that would be like $29. So honestly, not thinking that's a great deal for a Subway venture. We stopped here at Subway just so we could get, you know, down the road. But it is what it is, and Phil is still in there. So seeing if we can get our money back on a $9.59 6-inch breakfast sandwich. Oh, and if you notice, we don't have our tails with us today. They are being babysitted by their Aunt Krista, our daughter Krista. And we do have 2 children that walk with legs, a daughter and a son, and 2 grandchildren, grandson and a granddaughter. So what did they come up with on that mistake?
They said it's right.
For a bacon egg,
They said the bacon egg wrap and the bacon egg flatbread is the same price.
did you look at their menu signboard?
Yeah, and it doesn't have the price up there.
Guess we're paying $10 for a bacon egg wrap flatbread at Subway. Surprise, surprise. We just passed by an old farmstead here in northeastern Colorado. It always makes me wonder, you know, who settled there. Did they have kids? What did they do? You know, I try to historically think back and try to think about, you know, what did they do for a living? Did they raise cattle? Did they try to grow crops? You know, do you do that too when you're traveling? Let me know.
You still here? We grew up on Main Street, one stoplight town, where everybody knows your name when you drive around. Friday night football, cheap bleacher seats. You were captain of the team, I was dreaming at your feet. Graduation came, we swore we'd never stay. Packed our bags and chased our goals 1,000 miles away. But here I am again, same old Texaco. You're leaning on your truck like you never let me go. Funny how the years just disappear, standing in the place where it all started here. We got small town hearts beating in our chests. No matter where we go, we never forget the dirt roads, the bonfires, the promises we kept. Small town hearts still beating yet. We ran away to find ourselves in city lights, but the truest thing I ever knew was in your eyes that night. Small town hearts don't ever really lead, they just wait for you to come back and believe. Remember stealing peaches from
So we are here at America's Mailbox in Box Elder, South Dakota, and just wanted to take a quick drive through the campground to kind of show you the campground. Now, it's not a campground that you'd want for like swimming and the kids, and it's just a basic run-of-the-mill campground. It does have your electricity, water, and I do believe your sewer. And basically you'd want to stay here to come up and get your mail, do some business, and then head out again. But I will turn this around and let you see. I mean, honestly, it's pretty cute. It's not trashy or anything. Not the campgrounds are trashy, but
We've been in a few that have been pretty bad.
yeah, pretty sketchy.
Let's swing around and come in the other side.
And this is just basically for America's Mailbox. And like I said, they have electric, water, and sewer. So full hookups. It looks like they have a little pet area. America's Mailbox Campground. Looks like they're doing some excavating there. Maybe they're fixing some lines or something. A few available sites. Most of these, I would say, are full-time RV people. I'm almost sure of it. Can you believe that? There's so many of us out there anymore. Just tired of running the rat race. We call our own shots now. Whether they're good or bad, I guess remains to be seen. It is pretty freeing when you don't have to have a house payment anymore or worry about being trapped to a mortgage. At least it was for us. You might be different. What do you think, honey? You think it's freeing?
No, I'm
So a fine young gentleman named Bo stopped us and asked us what we were doing here, video recording. And so we told him what we were doing, and he said, yeah, reach out and tell everybody about this place because we're fixing it up. So
they're putting in more spaces too.
putting in more spaces, trees, that kind of thing. But Bo was very nice to us, but he was very concerned about why we were videotaping here at the campground. We are here still in Rapid City, South Dakota, but I mean, you can't have all business and no fun. So we're gonna go check out this candy store. We came here last year, and it's touted as being the largest candy store in all of South Dakota. So come along with us. We'll see what kind of a haul we get from our candy.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We have to go in. We kind of have to go in that other door. That's the exit. There's flags here. That's kind of cool. America's birthday.
Rushmore Candy Company.
Oh, Rushmore, not the candy store. Rushmore Candy Company. Sorry.
They've got cotton candy, soda, ice cream, gummies, homemade Fudge.
Taffy. All right, here we go.
Basket.
Yes, of course we want a basket.
We're going up.
You're my sugar, oh so sweet. Every little thing a special treat. Candy coated dreams, just you and me. Life's a lollipop fantasy. With every smile, you melt my heart. Like honey sticky from the start.
So we are done in the candy store, the Rushmore Candy Company, and we got a quarter pound of sherbet fudge. We got a few Jolly Rancher watermelon. That's the main reason we went in there, was for the Jolly Ranchers, which they are out. And that's all I got. I eat these like crack cocaine. Anyway, and then got 3 of these for $12. The cinnamon sugar nuts. And then the kids can fight over, this is really weird, it's called peelable string cheese gummy candy, but it says it's a fruit flavored. And then some of these mochi candies, I know my granddaughter likes those. And Krabby Patties, Pretty Patties. And these are actually for me as well, snow caps. I like those. So, oh, and some Scotcheroos, what they call Scotcheroos. So they have just about everything in there that you could ever want as far as candy goes. They have chocolate, ice cream, everything. Yum.
We're getting hail, Doc.
Yes, we are getting hail in Rapid City, South Dakota. This is life. Oh, somebody
That's off the road. Getting over.
Yeah. We're gonna pull over and
At the next stop sign, turn left.
wait it out just a few minutes because the water's coming down in buckets.
Proceed to the route. Proceed to the route.
So our ultimate goal when we got to Rapid City, South Dakota, was to get America's Mailbox, the mail forwarding service. And I'll let Phil kind of tell you exactly what happened, because I'm not personally getting the mailbox. He's getting the mailbox. I think I could be attached to it at some point. Can I be?
Yeah.
Okay. Attached to it at some point. I'm going to keep my address here in Colorado. But we just decided to do him for now. It's kind of a pilot program, if you will, and see how it is for the first year. And we'll kind of run down exactly what happened. So when you walked in the door, what exactly did you need to get America's Mailbox?
To get America's Mailbox, I needed to stay at least one night in South Dakota and have a receipt showing that I stayed in a motel at least for one night, and I want to become a resident of South Dakota. It's fairly simple to get the mailbox. The next process was getting my driver's license and getting my titles switched over to South Dakota.
In order to have an America's Mailbox, do you have to have a South Dakota driver's license? Okay. But you're wanting to get your South Dakota driver's license because you're wanting to switch over your titles and the insurance.
Yes,
Okay.
because it saved me money on the insurance and my registering my vehicles. Registering in, for instance, in Colorado, my 24, no, 25, 2025 fifth wheel and my HDT together is about $2,000. The folks in South Dakota, when I was talking to them trying to get my title switched over, told me that it was probably going to be around $200 for my travel trailer and maybe $140 for my truck.
So you math whizzes out there, I'll just let you do the math, but come on.
It's
$2,000 versus 300 and some dollars. I think I can handle that.
yeah. Now I was running back and forth between the DMV and the title place. They're in two different buildings across town. So I'd put my name on the list for getting my driver's license. I'd run over and get some information on how to get my titles switched. And I could get my title switched for South Dakota with a Colorado driver's license. But they would add $100 to each title to switch it. Now I've got 6 vehicles that I was going to title. So long story short, I did not do that. I went back to get my driver's license and waited 2.5 hours. Finally got up there. I thought all I needed was my Colorado driver's license, social security card. I was in. Guess I should have done more research because I needed my passport.
Passport or birth certificate?
Yeah, passport or birth certificate. I had neither because we left our fifth wheel in Colorado and we drove up in a car and stayed in a motel so I could get the receipt and what have you. But that's my story, and
I think this, yeah, we'll have to go back to get do this process again, but I think we might take the fifth wheel this time because the price of lodging versus the price of diesel, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. And I think I would just rather take my home where I have everything. I don't need to pack. I don't need to do anything. I just need to hook up and go. So I think the next time we go, we'll stay in America's Mailbox Campground, and it'll just make it easier.
Yeah, and I was able to get the mailbox, so it wasn't a wasted trip. I did get my mailbox, got the information I needed. Now I got all the documents that I need were in my fifth wheel, which I did not take with me. But this next week or week and a half, I will be heading back up there, and I'll have everything I need. So we will let you know how that process goes after I get it.
Just wanted to recap from some earlier questions that some people had. And when we went to Oregon, we left on May 17th, and we stayed out there, and then we left Oregon on June 3rd. Now, of course, it takes a few days to get out there and a few days to get back, but we spent $2,100 on diesel there and back, and we spent $630 on lodging. So, and then you can imagine what we spent on food and other things, you know, but it wasn't as much as you would think because my brother lives in Oregon, and we ate there, and sometimes we ate out, and sometimes they provided the meal, sometimes we bought the meal. So, you know, it's just kind of like living at home. You buy groceries or go to a friend's house or go out to eat. But yeah, $2,100 on diesel, $630 on lodging. So some of the places like the Douglas County Fairgrounds in Roseburg, Oregon, $495 for 2 week stay. You couldn't buy that in any hotel for sure. We just realized that in South Dakota, where we spent almost $500 for 2 nights. So yeah, $495 for a 2 week stay is pretty good. That kind of gives you a little bit more money, a little bit more breathing room to do a few other things. Now the cost of diesel, like I said, was higher than we had anticipated. So yeah, last year we did not spend this much money going to the same place on diesel, but you know, you got to roll with the times. So
Well, it was with the war and the price of diesel going through the roof.
yeah,
Some places spending almost $6 a gallon. Coming through California was $8 a gallon, and luckily I made it to Nevada without having to fuel up in California.
yeah, for sure. And we just want to thank you if you've made it this far in Tales, and Trails. If you're not already, if you could go in and subscribe and like, hit that bell. Every time it rings, it lets us know that we have a new subscriber. And if there's any questions you might have, you can always email us at talesandtrails at gmail.com. You can ask us a question on our YouTube channel. Anything you want to know, anything at all you want to know or comment on, feel free to ask. I've posed a few questions to my audience. Maybe you'll feel free to answer those questions. And I, again, thank you for joining us for Tales, and Trails.
See you on the next one.
Yeah, see you down the road. Bye.